So I found myself spending a lot of money going to Dallas, Atlanta, New York, these big cities that there's more of that diversity, that culture, that connection. And I just sat down one day and said, my pocketbooks cannot sustain this. So I said, what can I do to bring it here?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm so good. I'm really excited to talk to you today.
Thank you.
In fact, the reason I'm in this place, and you've heard me say this 1,000 million times, is because of your event.
Thank you.
And now we get to sit here and chit chat all about your business.
Thank you.
Full circle moment. I feel like it was around this time though.
Yeah, we're
my God.
Yeah, we're crossing our 1 year. We just hit our 1 year mark. Yeah. It's been crazy. We didn't expect to come this far. And honestly, when we started, the main premise of it was to give folks a sense of community, a sense of like, okay, we work, we just moved here.
Yeah.
We don't have that many friends.
Yeah.
But at least I know once a month, I get to see people that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, right. Okay, we jumped in too fast.
Oh,
I get so excited. So let's roll back. That's Abdul Ozoya, founder of Aura Collective PHX. What he's building isn't just nightlife, it's belonging. To understand why, we have to go back to his first year in Arizona. Let's start with who are you? What's your name? Tell us about your company.
Okay, well,
And when did it start?
Hello. Yeah, I'm Abdul. I'm Nigerian. I've been living in the US for almost a little over 12 years now. Been only in Arizona for 2 years. So a little bit about Aura Collective was when I moved here, my first year, I kind of struggled making friends and connections with people. And when I did, it wasn't consistent. You know, we meet when we see, you know, there was not much intentionality to it. So I found myself spending a lot of money going to Dallas, Atlanta, New York, these big cities that there's more of that diversity, that culture, that connection. And I just sat down one day and said, my pocketbooks cannot sustain this. So I said, what can I do to bring it here? So that's how Aura came about. Yeah.
Oh, I love all of that. I have the same, when I moved here, I too could not find anything. I was working constantly.
Oh, wow.
All the time. And I'm like, where are people that look like me? And why can't I find them? Yeah. So the fact that you went and made your own, I went and joined Urbanly Young Professionals. However you find your thing, you found your thing. So I'm so glad you created Aura Collective. Tell us about it. What does it do? What's its premise? What's its goal?
So Aura, honestly, initially in the initial stages, we took the time to go to every event, every hospitality group. So Aura in itself is a hospitality lifestyle brand. So the idea is when we describe it by Aura, we want everyone that may not necessarily look the same or think the same, but can connect on an energy level and forget where we are. So when I was thinking of a name, I didn't want to put Afro in front of it. I didn't want to kind of box us in a way where we are not inviting to others that may not directly identify. But at the same time, they would know once they come to our spaces that the people that occupy those spaces are identified with different walks of life. So more about Aura. Aura Collective is what I would like to consider more of a high-end, luxurious. Think of it as a trance. Like every one of my events, I don't want people to realize that, I'm still in Arizona. I want you to step in and for a moment, you might think you're in Beijing. You might think you're in London. You might think you're in Europe. You might think you're back in Africa. The whole point is the curating of the space down to the details is what we're about.
And man, are you good at down to the details.
Thank you.
Like, for real. My birthday weekend.
Oh, I'm glad you came.
The dancing that you curated, the DJ that you flew in, it is a true experience.
And honestly, the details that go into it, sometimes I don't expect people to notice, but hearing you saying that those made a difference actually makes it worthwhile for me to continue putting that much effort in focusing on the details.
We do notice. We went to brunch, a few girlfriends and I the other day, and we're talking about like, which ones were your favorite events and what brings the events together. And it's those unexpected surprise and delight things that pop up and happen, right? Oftentimes you may not know that people know those small details. What makes you keep going despite not necessarily having as much praise? Because you're doing wonderful things.
Thank you.
Instead of having to fly to Dallas, we have our own rooftop situation here in Phoenix because of your events. So what makes you keep going despite maybe the attaboy affirmations from the community?
Honestly, for some people, they enter this for the monetary aspect of it. Honestly, if that's the only thing driving you, will get burnt out really quickly. So for me, it's not the money. The biggest thing is a little bit about my background. I was fortunate enough to be born in a family where we change countries every 3 to 4 years. So lived in Australia, Saudi Arabia, and all different parts of the world. So for me, my upbringing was I was always a new kid somewhere. I was always adjusting. So what has me keep going is for the first time in a very long time, I found a community space where it feels familiar. I don't feel like the new kid on the block anymore. I can walk into an event, any event, and I would know there's a corner or a space in the room that I can go and feel safe, feel familiar, and feel relaxed. And every event, I keep extending my network. And the funny aspect of it, I was in Afrotech and I met at least 12 people that attended my events. There were recruiters behind booths of different tech companies. And each of them wanted to walk me towards the directors to explain the ability that I'm able to program manage. So when you take out the aspect of events, program management or leadership or delegation. And I was just surprised. I didn't expect that kind of like feedback.
That's huge. Oh my God, that's so big. And 12, I mean, Afrotech is massive.
Yeah,
but to know people that well that they connected you to others, that's in its essence so brilliant. I want to go back. Oh my gosh, there's so many things. I don't know where to even go. I love the name Aura. I didn't realize that that's what that meant. So now that I know, I'm even more like, oh my God, how brilliant, how absolutely brilliant. So then how do you curate these beautiful events? I mean, having gone all over the world probably helps.
Yeah. It's honestly exposure. So the thing is, the way I look at it, I have a tech background, so I take it to tech. Before the iPhone came out, nobody really knew they needed songs on their phone. Can you imagine buying a phone today that you can't play music on?
No.
Like before, there were so many ideas or inventions that came out that you never knew you really needed. Did you know you needed to tell your heart rate on a watch? No. But nowadays, it's weird not to have your Apple Watch on you.
I get so mad when I go to the gym without it. It's like it didn't happen. But
exactly.
Yes.
So I keep thinking, okay, I can take feedback from people what they see, but at the same time, I can see what's being done in other parts of the world. We live in a beautiful place where we have good weather most of the year. Why haven't we had a rooftop event? One of the limitations is the venue. We don't have as much opportunity or resources to go to these rooftop venues to afford them because most of them come with a price tag. So we have to figure out how we can broker a relationship where it's monetary beneficial to the venue. And at the same time, it's not a high of a cost for me or anyone that's organizing it. And at the end of the day, we have to make sure they have a good experience. So any other organizing group can go there without me and hold their own event.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Let me write that down because I got to come back to that. Ooh.
Okay.
You're dropping bombs. Hold on a minute. Okay, I wrote down broker relationship. We have to come back to that. And then making sure that others can in the future. There's something else you talked about earlier that I want to bring back. The trance. Feeling like you're somewhere else.
I'd like to tag a little bit about that.
Yeah, I want to tell me more about this.
The trance, tying it back to the name Aura. You know, it's something you can't see, you can't touch, but you feel.
Yeah.
So with the trance, for example, I collaborated with 925 on the last event I did was OB's House. OB's House is a global phenomenon. The ability that he's been able to brand a boiler house has been insane. So for that one day, we had OB's House in Phoenix. For the first time, he has never been to Arizona. We brought him to Arizona. We had an attendance for the day event of up to 400 plus people.
Wow.
Then the after event, we saw 700. The feedback we got, everyone in that room. So Phoenix is a place where we have a small, tight-knit community. So it takes a little while for people to let loose.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're going to go to church on Sunday. And you don't want people's like, I saw you.
Yeah.
You know, people are trying to still protect that, have that level of decorum when sometimes it's not needed in a club.
Yeah.
You don't come to the club to be the most prime and proper. You come to let loose. You come to expand on your horizon. And that's where the aura comes in. So the intentional details was we ensure that there was proper seating. There wasn't long line waiting. Once they got in, the music that was being played was high tempo. You know, it wasn't like offbeat. We were using mainstream music. We intentionally had dancers on the dance floor because nobody wants to be the first person to step on the dance floor. I intentionally dance sometimes, and I'm not the best dancer, but I don't care.
You be getting it.
I try to have fun.
Listen, in this point, I'm going to put some BTS of you dancing because I have a video on my phone.
I do a little something, you know, a little 1-2 step. But I feel like people just, for some reason, keep seeking validation and have fun in public spaces that they frequent often.
Yeah.
For fear of being judged. So
Strange.
when the aura comes in, is to now give you that validation. You don't need permission.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. At the end of the day, whatever you do is your decision as long as you do it smart, safe, and within the confines of people that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
That's the trance.
I love
Take you
that.
out of yourself to be yourself.
I love that. It's crazy because I think you're a 90s baby.
Actually, yeah.
Okay, I am too. We used to go outside and dance. That's what you did. You went
Like
outside
who stands
to dance.
up and leans up against the wall? And nowadays,
And then we would make fun of the people leaning on the wall.
it's like, you can't dance? And the funny part is
Crazy.
now we've gotten to the point where everybody wants to be on stage. Everyone wants to jump on stage, and if you're gonna get on stage, dance, have fun.
Yeah.
Don't go on stage and try to be the coolest guy in the party.
Oh no.
Because there's no brownie points for being cool.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
Just have a good time. Life is so short.
People take life too serious.
Oh my gosh. I don't go out like as much as I used to. I think one of the reasons is because people are just like, if I'm gonna go and y'all are sitting around, I could be sitting at my couch.
Absolutely.
On this couch.
And it's cheaper too.
And it's cheaper. So if there's good music, I will dance. So I love that.
And this is great tea, by the way.
Is it?
This is really good. And the cups.
I know
oof.
the cup. Listen, the cup set it off. I'm like, let me get a
Oh
seal.
my God. This is next level.
I know, handmade too.
Mm.
So I have so many questions about Aura. Let's jump into the questions because all of that was not even on this list here.
My bad.
I get excited. So, what made you start? Had you started something like this before?
No, first time. What really did help push me is because at the time, someone actually put the idea in my head, honestly. Being from out of town, visiting Phoenix, it was just surprising. How are we the 6th largest city? You know, there's such many people moving here. We're quote unquote called a party city, a college party city. But we don't see the party. We don't see the social.
In Scottsdale.
Yeah, but then again, I feel some people have outgrown that. So there's this group of folks between a certain age demographic that still want to have fun, but they don't want to have college level fun.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with college level fun, but we've just passed that stage. So I don't like complaining, you know? I'm a Mr. Fix It. I just like to get stuff done.
Yeah.
And we've been to certain events, and thankfully there have been people that have been putting the work. There's For the Culture. There's the 9 to 5 that I mentioned. There's Afro AZ. These are other groups that have been doing it long before I came in. And the great thing they've been doing is they were consistent. But another thing about their consistency is that there was a lot of collaboration and there was not much innovation. But there was nothing wrong with that. There was consistency, which was what we needed. They gave us a place to go every Friday night. They give us a place to go on Saturdays. And once in a while, they give us the best day parties we could see.
Yeah.
I came in and I was like, these are stuff that I did 3 years ago. Because when you want to compare the nightlife with New York, Atlanta, and other cities, we are very behind.
Yeah.
So why I really started was once that person put that idea in my head, and I got tired of flying out, spending money. My friends made fun of me in Atlanta. It's like, bro, you should move.
Why are you still there?
You should move. Yeah. And there was just so much potential. There was just so much potential. This is such a beautiful city.
Yeah.
The people here are awesome. And the energy is crazy. Once they're having fun, the energy is crazy.
Key. Once they're having fun.
Once they're having fun.
That's the thing about Arizona. I have so many things that to piggyback off of you. Arizona is a place to build whatever it is that you want. There's so many resources. And yes, once you find your people, they're amazing. So kudos for you to seeing that and running after it. Another thing you said was you basically found white space. That's something that I talk to my clients often about. Is like, there's other DJs, there's other speakers, there's other event curators. But what makes you different? What's already there? And you're not saying that it's bad. It's just different. And how can you bring a different lens to it? How can you bring a different spin to it? That's exactly what you've done. So
Thank you. Thank you.
brilliance.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about your journey. What's the hardest decision you've made building Aura?
Honestly, the hardest decision so far was just taking a chance on myself and just on the city. Because I'll say one of our first biggest event that really had me literally shaking was when we brought King Promise out here for a concert in March. That was our first big one. There was a lot of money put behind it, solely funded, all by myself. And just trying to encourage people, yo, this is a big artist. He has great music. This will be a fun time. So I've invested the money.
Yeah.
I've secured the contract agreement with the artist. I've booked the venue.
Yeah.
I've found the vendors. I've found opening acts. The hardest part is truly the it's like an orchestra.
Yeah.
There are 20 different people tugging at me. I have to deal with security. I have to deal with make sure that there's someone checking in people's ID. I have to make sure people are safe or not over drinking. I got to make sure the DJ is playing good music. I got to make sure the opening acts align with the artist. So I was doing all of this. And each time the hardest part was the relationship aspect. Because every time I approached someone to support or collaborate, the common theme was, what is in it for me? So that was the hardest thing for me starting. Yeah. So I spent a lot of money. So I always was I thought money was the answer. So the opening act would be like, oh, okay, I'm coming, but how much you gonna pay me? It's like, okay, of course, your art should not be for free. Okay, money. But there are other ways to compensate people outside of money. Yeah. There are other tactical ways. Yeah. So my hardest part was just that conversation because it's a sensitive topic when you're asking someone to provide you a service and you want to make sure you respect their rate. But at the same time, if their rate is outside of your budget, but there's still great synergy, how do you guys meet halfway? So that was the hardest part, just negotiating and just talking with people because everybody believes they're worth $1 billion. Right. But I don't. I don't. And even if I did, I don't think that's where I'll put my money. So yeah, that was the hardest part. Until today, sometimes the conversations have gotten easier because I've had it more. But every new act, every new DJ, every new artist, every new vendor, food vendor, or whoever I bring on, is always the understanding that you're serving an underrepresented community. We do not have much spaces for us. We do not have much events catered to us in a more of a high-end approach. And once again, nothing wrong with where they already exists, but we can have variety. Yeah, we can. So negotiation, that's huge. That's really big though.
Aura looks effortless from the outside, but community doesn't build itself. Behind every great vibe is structure, conversations, partnerships, and a lot of asking for what you need.
Yeah, everyone does have to eat. Curious, what is it that sold some people, right, that to your event, that specific one, that wasn't just money?
So for the vendors or
for whoever was like, I don't know, not today.
Honestly, it was just consistency, Even when it comes down to how we market our events, we can't just post one ad and call it done. We'll have the flyers, we'll have the ads, we'll have people that have similar likeness to the music or genre and see if we can spike their interest to also share. Because I'm an open book, I'll share. Most times people feel moved when they see it from people they recognize. Yes. So going towards the artist, and I'm gonna drop some tips. Yeah, I don't care if people use it. Yeah. Well,
that's part of Blkbld Live, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna let it out.
We're lifting as we climb. This is the whole point. Yes.
So when I approach an artist that I know typically would want to charge, the first thing I do is there's a psychological warfare that I have with the artist before we even talk. I notice who we have in common. I reach out to the people we have in common and ask them to reshare my event. So before I ever talk to this artist to open, brilliant. He should have seen my event at least 3 to 4 times on his story. So if we have 7 friends in common, I'm gonna reach out to all 7 of them to repost. So when I reach out to them, I'm not starting from ground zero.
That's brilliant.
I'll be like, hey, how are you doing? I'm the person organizing this event. And everybody's going front and be like, oh, okay, cool. What event is that? But I know they've seen it. Then from there, I'll let them know there is some value to it. What's most important to you? Is it more collaboration with the artist so you can get to meet the artist and you can display your work? So then we'll make sure we have a separate session where you get to meet the artist. Yeah. Is it that you don't want to be the first performer? Because some people don't want to be the first person opening. They want to be the last. So okay, cool. I'll place you in a position that makes you feel better. Do you want to make sure I guarantee you 300 people in the room before you get on stage? So make sure your media person captures this content for you to use at your free will. Yeah. That's another thing. Get more views after that. Whenever we talk, we always find leverage. What do you want? Do you want, because are you doing an album release soon? Are you about to drop an EP? Does this align with your schedule? Because money is nice, but at the end of the day, you're just going to turn that money around and spend it. Right. So if you're going to turn the money I pay you to put on ads, how about I advertise you similar as much as I'm advertising the headliner, so we both win. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's a win-win. So where did you learn that from? Is this sales? Are you have a sales background?
Naija boy. I'm just Nigerian.
Oh,
It's
is
just a Nigerian
this
in
what
me.
y'all learned?
It's just a Nigerian in me. So no. Like it's just like it's like, well, we all gotta make it. We're all hustling,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna take anything from you that I cannot replenish.
Yeah.
So I will make sure if you're giving me something, I'm giving you something in tenfold. And
Yeah.
there's always going to be that opportunity once we do all grow
Yeah.
to where I get to a point where I can meet the rate you believe you deserve.
Yeah.
Because that's the goal.
That is the goal.
Because in other communities, either they get it for free or they pay them their rate. I don't want to be known as a person that doesn't actually pay people their rate.
There's the part that people see, the room, the music, the videos, and the photos. But then there's the part that makes it sustainable. How you move your money, how you pay people, and how you keep your word.
So walk us through how you pay your team.
Yeah, definitely. The first things first, everyone looks at there's a profit and loss approach. We do a profit first approach in a sense where I factor in how much profit I want to make at the beginning. So if I'm bringing in a big artist, and let's say the artist charges me, let's say for simple math, $1,000. I make sure 15% minimum. Sometimes I go as high up to 30% of that I pay the headliner is how much I pay my team. So if I'm paying $1,000 to bring, let's say Bruno Mars, I'm gonna add $300 to the expense. And when we figure out how much we're gonna price the tickets, since we've been consistently able to bring 300 people to every single event we've done, 300 is our sweet spot. We've never done below 300.
That's amazing.
Thank you. I always do the math of, okay, if the total expense, $1,000 for the artist, photographer, videographer, security, door check-in, the venue, if the venue is charging us, then my team costs me, let's say $6,000, and we do a sweet spot of 300 tickets, that means I can't sell my tickets on an average anything less than $20.
Yeah.
So once I look at it that way, it allows us to ensure that my people are paid first. Then anything we don't make is then a loss. But the loss should never be my team.
I love that. Pricing is really important. Pricing is important not only so that it represents the kind of event you're going to go to, right? If it's a premium event and you're charging me $5, I'm be like, is this actually really premium? Like there's a psychological thing that goes on there. And I really like what you're saying. In addition to probably the psychology of how much you charge, it's also, let's make sure that we're bringing home money for my team to
Absolutely. Absolutely.
because they're working.
And another thing we look at it when we come to price a ticket is timing. If you buy the tickets at least 3 or 4 weeks before the event, you should pay less than the people that pay at the door.
Yeah.
So if we guarantee 300 each event, and let's say online we do 220 online, the ticket that was initially 20 is now $35 or $40 at the door to ensure my team gets paid.
Yeah.
And whenever there's profit, the profit above that, and once again, on top of that, if we are not confident we'll hit that numbers, we negotiate with the venue to give us a split of some sort, whether it's revenue or it's they pay us a form of marketing because we bring people to them. So now we're in a way content creators.
Yeah.
You know, they pay us $1,000 to promote their space and ensure people come in and have a good time, and we tag them on the photos at the event.
Yeah.
That's another revenue stream for us.
Yeah. Tell them about it.
Yeah.
Give money.
Yeah.
Now that's from that job.
Yeah.
That's from that job. Oh my God, so many gems. So many gems. Y'all heard all them gems. I used to do Blkbld live, so I used to be able to talk to people. So now I'm trying to figure out if I want to talk to them or not.
Once the team is paid and the venue is taken care of, the next question is simple. How do you get the right people in the room consistently?
I remember one of your events, a friend girl of mine said they only came because they saw a comment. I commented on your rooftop event.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was like, what? First of all, that's cool.
Thank you.
But also, that really works. Whether you're curating, asking people to comment or DM or da-da, or because the experience was so wonderful, you comment organically. Regardless, that's helping, increase visibility. Do you have a photographer at all your events, which is great? Talk a little bit about that.
The photographer, Gilbert, go follow his page. Great. If we could throw in his page handle here, please do.
Yeah.
He has really upgraded our experience. Because once people that don't attend our events see the pictures from the verse so professionally and so well put together, it speaks like a picture says 1,000 words in a sense. And I have to tack on to my marketing person, Thelma, Rockstar, she's the one that made that connection, is the way we market and things that we try to do differently from other groups is you will never see any one of our flyers or advertisements promote nudity or too much provocative kind of stuff. Like it sells in certain markets, but the kind of branding we're trying to do is to, once again, just show a different level of representation. So with marketing, we always try to be conscious of who's watching our page. And when we post it, we try to look with the algorithm that historically, when do we have the most amount of traffic? Is it at noon, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? So we try to plan that out and use that to kind of help our algorithm. Then on top of that, with the photographer, he does great work. He just has an eye for it. And before every event, he always approaches me to do a quick consult. What is the theme we're going for? What is the image? What's the message you want his photography to take? Should we focus more on the DJ? Should we focus more on people dancing? Should we focus on individual shots? For each event, we try to be dynamic. Then we use those medias to advertise the next.
It's so good. Especially because, you know, when you have a photo too, speaking back to others, seeing others and encouraging others to go. I know that sounded crazy, but it makes sense. So if I see myself in a photo, which the other day I did and I was looking cute, I share it, right? And in that share, other people see it, and then other people may want to come to the next one. So it's just great. Another thing I want to touch on is the marketing. You always have to be on. So in marketing, we call it always on marketing, where, you know, sometimes you have ads and there's spikes in sales and things. But if you look at a graph, there's always on marketing. So whether it's social or it's ads you do consistently is really important. So you stay top of mind and then randomly have the spikes. But yeah, having always on is good. So now you have a team. Tell us more. How did that, and it's only been a year.
It's only been a year. It's been very organic. And honestly, it's just like I got lucky. I initially started, we were just a team of 2. Then now we're a team of, I would say 6. We're a team of 6. We all currently as a team, we talk, which artists are we bringing next? What's the new experience we want to bring to the city? Me, I'm more of the creative aspect. I have the stupid, crazy ideas and figure out how we can make it work. My marketing person, Thelma, awesome, rock star. She helps us really make sure there is the level of crispness and like intentionality and really, really great marketing material that we put out and make sure we stay engaged. Then we have Tosin. He's more of our day of operations. So on the day of, if any of us see me at any of my events, I always run like I got my head cut off, you know, like running from the front to the back. So he helps me really kind of take that stress. Then we have a newer member on our team, Monica, that also supplements on our digital marketing. She's been trying to teach us on how we can do more of the Google ads. We'll roll it out more next year.
So how did you find them? I mean, okay, so you said lucky. I think that luck definitely has a lot to do with business. Not a lot, a little to do with business. I think it's being at the right place at the right time, which is like quote unquote luck. But it's also going out and pursuing what it is that your God puts inside you. And when you do that, you achieve what it is that you were meant to do in this world. What do you think of that? And how did you find your team? Like beyond the luck factor, how did you reach out to them? How did you vet them out? All of that.
I'll say in my experience, it was more of like the law of attraction. So the first few events that we had, thankfully, was a success. People had a great time. And certain people was like, yo, we haven't seen this in Arizona in a while or ever. So when people have great experience, they come back, they want to be a part of it because they see there's a movement. There's like, dude, you have consistently brought artists. You bring out-of-town DJs. Like you introduce us to music we've heard 1,000 times, but when we hear it at your events, it sounds different. The tempo, the speed, the order, it sounds different. And from that, people just feel moved. So how do I vet them? At the end of the day, sometimes I ask them, what do you want out of this? Then at the end of the day, they give me their honest answer. What I think is their honest answer. And if it aligns with the goal for Aura and where we want to get to, then I say, okay, well, step in and help us a little bit and let's see where we go. Everyone is always on a trial period. And once they're consistently proven and delivering, then they become part of the team. That's how we got our photographer and that's how we got our videographer, Ryan Benzair. I forgot to mention, our videographer, he's just been in Arizona for 3 months.
Wow.
And off one of my events, he now is booked at every single Afro event here. He has 4 gigs every weekend.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, because of his great work.
Yeah.
And going back to luck, he was at the right place at the right time, and he showcased his abilities.
Yeah.
And people just latched on.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yay. I'm so glad you said that. Brings me back to a point you said earlier that I wanted to pull back. Curating and doing a great job, developing those broker relationships so that you said how it allows for people in the future to use those spaces. And even now bringing up the fact that your videographer did this event and now he's booked and busy. I can name I'm thinking of one person right now that is booked with you here for the first time in Arizona, and now she's booked and busy. You are a builder.
Thankfully, we thank God.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's probably why I gravitate towards you. I love building. I love working with people who are truly working to help others. Not just, obviously, everyone has a reason why they want to do whatever they want to do. But there's people who do it and it's so loud and almost it's ick. And then there's people like you who are like, no, I'm truly building because I love this. This is my purpose. This is fun for me. And I want others to thrive. Like, where did you learn that from? Is that Naijatu? Or is that like why is this part of your brand?
Well, I'll say this. I got to give kudos to my dad. My dad he is one of my biggest role models. The amounts that he's been able to accomplish in his life and impart in us, his children, everyone that comes around him always is better off that way. One of my life models is leave a space better than you found it.
Yeah, same.
That mindset, leave it better than you found it, is bigger than just a mantra or quote. It's a leadership style. And it shows up in the details, even when no one's watching.
So when I started trying to do good, if you have good intentions and you do the work, it's only time. It's only time that's left, and it will show.
Yeah.
So from all the people I've worked with, one example is just down the street. There's this new hookah club, Mayan hookah club. That's the event.
My birthday.
Weekend. Yeah, I was the first Afro event, or just one of the first events they've had, and since then. There's been 4 events that came through that referenced the successes. Oh yeah, remember that event that happened this time? Remember how much revenue you generated? Well, we can make that much. Do they hit the numbers? Not always, but at least they opened the door. And like, I think the next weekend, a new group, which shout out to them, I'm gonna give everyone their flowers. I believe is it the Afro women or just,
the brunch one. I've seen those girls. Yeah.
Yes. They're amazing. Afro bunch for women. Only Where is a safe space for women to come together and just, build that sense of community. They're doing it at that same venue, and that's exceptional. To me, I look at it this way. The venues are generating income because we're driving traffic that they wouldn't have regularly seen. The artists or the curators are now getting an expand. A few years ago, everyone kept on going to the same place. We either went to Stadium, Bar Smith, Ainsworth, West Hut. That's it. We had 4 places. This year, and I'm not going to take all the credit, but this year, we have collectively introduced the community to 10 new spaces.
That's awesome.
We were at the Deuce last week. We've been to Spin Room. We've done, Monarch has always been there, but we were looking to do Walter Studios.
13th floor? That's new.
13th floor. That's new, yeah. Poor Decisions in Scottsdale. That's another new. Plush, which is a new space. We're expanding out the footprint of where we can go. Mayan Hookah Lounge, I just mentioned, because there's nothing wrong with consistency, but there's a thin line between consistency and complacency. And if we consistently stay in consistency, it becomes...
People get bored. And I did this video that I still haven't posted. Yes, I'm working on posting. But it was all about how Arizona is really into shiny objects. They love new things. They do. So I feel often the way companies here have to thrive is like starting a new restaurant, literally renaming a restaurant,
Same location, but new name.
Yeah. But what I like about yours is like you're curating different events, different themes, different locations. So it's really good. One last question about your journey. What do you wish you would have known at the beginning?
Honestly, probably just started a little smaller, because that first big event where I invested so much money, it really took a lot out of me. Had a different stepping stone instead of making such a leap. Was it a success? Yes. But the journey towards the success was a lot. And it kind of left me running on fumes, on E, for a long time. And it took me a while to recoup. So maybe taking a little more smaller steps before I made such a big jump to bring a world star. He's now he won Best Artist of the Year award in Ghana.
That's amazing.
He just dropped one of the top charts music. The beautiful thing is when we work with folks, because of how Arizona is set up, a lot of artists don't give Arizona or Phoenix the credit it deserves. Whenever people are designing tours, they skip Arizona.
They do.
Thames had a tour, I think, a year or 2 years ago. She went to LA. She went to, I think, Vegas and Texas. She skipped us.
Yeah.
And we have the population. We just have to have the ability to bring us all together under the same roof.
Yeah.
So what I would have done differently if I was to redo this again is probably just do a little incremental jumps, you know, and build myself up for that big event.
Yeah. That's good advice. Oftentimes we think we need to eat the whole elephant, but I'm always like, well, just eat it in chunks, just chunks. But I'm sure you learned a ton from it regardless. Was there any kind of divide that you saw when you made the decision to do Aura between you and the community, what was already out here? If so, how did you combat it? How did you work through it? I
feel like the initial came, once again, it's all about broken relationships. There was an initial divide that I thought. Initially, folks was like, why start something new? There's already here, just join them. I was like, well, I'm trying to do something different.
Last question about your business. Why music? Why experiences? Why not something else?
It just goes back to the state of the current climate where it is. There is just so much in the world that is stressing people out. You know, work is stressing you out, bills is stressing you out, family or life could be stressing you out. And for me, how I let loose is through travel. You know, but nowadays with the bills and everything, not everybody can afford to travel overseas or travel. So coming back to, if I can't see the world, I'll bring the world to me.
Yes, I love that.
So music takes people places. Music, once again, going back to Aura, gives you a feeling.
Yeah.
It takes you to a moment. I remember when I first, for example, when you hear last, now everybody go jump fast, shy. That song, it takes people to sing. I remember when I first heard it, whether it was at a concert or at a party or something. So music does that, you know, events does that. And once you can get people in a room, and for a split second, they can forget their issues or their problems and get teleported somewhere else that is more pleasant.
Yeah.
To me, I'm doing a good service.
I love it. So good. Okay. I have just a few more questions for you. And then I have a snip, snap, fast one. We kind of touched on this a little bit, so I'm going to bring it back though. Okay. Talk to me about serving without expecting applause. What does that cost you?
Some sleepless nights.
Speak on it.
Honestly, because at the end of the day, like, think of it as a kid having a birthday party and no one shows up, you know? At 4 years old, you think no one will remember, you know? And imagine being a parent, you know, to that child. So doing events not expecting applause or looking for anyone to be like, you did that, is I am taking a chance on myself. I'm taking a chance on the community that most times I'm making guesses that, okay, this is what you want to see. Sometimes you may not show up because it's not what you want to see or the time that it was scheduled. There are many reasons. So what that costs me is sometimes a few dollars here and there, but most times it's just the worry. The worry of that it may not work out. But how I'm able to surpass that is ensure that whoever does show up, they don't feel like I'm still stressed about the people that didn't show up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna celebrate the people that came.
Yes.
So if I do an event, which I'm doing, the next one I'm doing is Manny Wells, bringing him to Arizona to perform a lot of, just serenade people to beautiful music.
Yeah.
God forbid, but if only 100 people are in the crowd, I'll make sure those 100 people have the best time ever.
Yeah.
You know, ideally I would love for 700 or however much, but the biggest thing is just the turnout, you know, the end result. You don't want to put in all this work not to see the result.
Yeah. Ooh, speak on it. And that's a good point though. You know, you see on social, you're like, oh my God, I only got 2 likes. You know, I only got 100 views, and you feel sad about it, or you feel like, dang it, I put so much work into that. I low-key just want to give up. Who cares, you know? But those 2 people still took time to watch a video. Those 100 people still bought a ticket and spent time to go to your event. You know what I mean? Those people are really important too, and I think we need to acknowledge that, and I like that you do, and allow them to have a good time. Yeah. Plus, the payback is once they have a good time, they'll tell their friends and family, and then more people will come.
Scale over time, and everything is just time. People are instant gratification. That's what a lot of people are looking for, and I've realized from a long time ago that will burn you out quicker than anything.
Yes, yes, it takes time. Slow burn.
And after a year of building momentum, monthly events, real relationships and partnerships, and a growing team, the vision gets bigger. Because Aura was never meant to stay small. What's next for Aura Collective?
What's next for us is, this
And
might
what
sound
keeps you going?
crazy, is Aura's looking to bring a festival to Phoenix.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're looking to bring a festival. We're shooting for 7,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do a joint festival where it expands past just Afro beats. It's going to be Afro piano, R&B experience. We're currently in talks with artists, can't say their name because they haven't signed or agreed to contracts, but top charts R&B artists that are still relevant, within the last 5 years. Nothing against, people that haven't brought no new music, people that close within our age we can experience. So what's new and what's next for us is to start reaching out to community leaders, reaching out to the mayor, try to find our way into politics, or look into NGOs to give us spaces that can host 7,000 people. Start looking for vendors, food trucks. Think of Coachella, but on the baby level.
I love that.
On the baby level, yeah.
If you're building and need clarity on things like positioning, messaging, and a marketing plan that you can actually run, my DIY plus AI interactive workbook system makes MBA level brand and marketing strategy accessible to every entrepreneur. Clear, step-by-step, and built to help you execute. Go to workbooks.blkbld.co to get started. Huge thank you to our sponsors, Blkbld Coffee for keeping us warm and energized, Pretty Precise Step Team, their sisterhood Lemonade kept us refreshed, that helps fund youth access through their nonprofit, and Ikokomi for the handcrafted mugs that set the tone for these live couch conversations.
Fast flash. First one is one big lesson. What's the single most important thing you've learned as an entrepreneur?
Fail fast and often.
Yes, really good. This is one thing to try. What would you tell someone wanting to build a community?
Do it for the right reasons. Just do it for the right reason. Don't do it for popularity. Don't do it for clout. Do it for the right reason.
Yeah. You burn out quick. You said that a few times. One resource. What's one tool, book, person, practice that's changed your trajectory?
I'll say tool, social media. It's definitely had me reach more people than I ever could have. And resource is my team, my marketing person. I always give her flowers. Thelma, she's a rock star. My photographer, my videographer, Monica, Tosin, all 6 of us. We work together very well, and we respect everybody's ideas. That has been very helpful. So the tool, social media, resource has been my team, and what has made a huge difference is the ability to have all of that just work in unison.
Before we wrapped, Abdul left a message that wasn't just for entrepreneurs, but for the whole community.
As we conclude, is there anything you want to mention before we hop on?
The only one thing is, I would say this is more of a message to the community. We need more collaboration instead of competition. It gets to the point certain people attend some people's events to just see how well you did. Not to say congrats, but to see if they did better than you or not. We don't need that. We need more collaborations. I have tried to actively, without being told, promote other people's events. I'll post it on my personal page. Maybe I may not always post it on Aura, because then again, when I post it on Aura, and that's something people don't understand is, why are you posting on your personal and not Aura? Because like you said, someone attended my event simply because you commented. There are going to be people that attend your event because I posted it. And if anything happens, I don't want to be held liable.
Yeah, fair.
If someone gets kicked out because they got a little intoxicated and you didn't have conversations with security to handle people with respect and dignity, then it falls back on me. But at the end of the day, I will support, I'll collaborate, I will show up, I will spend money, I will advertise to people. We get a lot of people from out of town that come to ask what's going on this weekend, and we direct people to your events. So the biggest thing I'll leave with is we need more collaboration.
Yeah, we do. It's the only way we're gonna lift and climb. Yeah, and collaborate without a reason or, trying to get something out of it. I think that's it.
I'm gonna plug in. These cups, fire.
They're so good. They're so cute. Let me make sure I finished everything. Ooh, okay, back to the experience, the brand experience. And I promise you this is last.
Okay.
You talking about dancers on the dance floor is gold.
It's needed.
Having curated dancers is brilliant.
And it's the ambience. It's something as simple as dimming the lights. That's a small detail. Darkening the space so some people can just feel a little more comfortable. Is something about having intentional dancers. Isn't something about having, like, sometimes even an MC on the mic. You know, someone needs to break
The ice.
the ice.
Yeah.
And if it's not by dancers, it has to be by the MC or by the DJ or the ambiance in the room. Something has to.
And that's huge for any business owners, right? So I'm gonna have more lives talking to business owners about implementing the blogs they'll be writing about, right? And so one of the ways that I'm gonna have dancers on the dance floor first is I'm gonna invite my past clients to do the lives first, so they can see, okay, nothing to be scared about. It's just a simple conversation. It's not, hell, it's free consult. So having that you're not first experience pre-made is really, really, really smart. Okay, this is it. This is all we have time for. I have so much great content. I don't even know what I'm going to cut. I don't think I'm going to cut anything. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course, thank you.
I can't wait to see all the great things that Aura Collective continues to do. I love elevated, fun experiences. And every time I go, it's not often because I be sleeping.
You're fine.
But every time I go, I have a great time.
That's
so
good.
Thank you for bringing this to community. We needed it for sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was honestly a pleasure. Thank you for hosting me. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it.
Yes. All right.
Here are 3 key takeaways from my conversation with Abdul. Number 1, and one of my favorite topics, find your white space. Phoenix has event curators. It has nightlife, but no one was doing luxury Afro experiences the way he does it intentionally. He didn't compete. He just created his own lane. 2, structure the money so your team eats first. That 15 ticket item math, that's not just event planning. That's how you build something sustainable without burning out the people who are helping you build it. 3, serve without expecting applause. The sleepless nights, the worry, the slow burn, that's the real cost of community building. But when you celebrate the people who do show up, instead of stressing out about who didn't, that's when it really compounds. Abdul's building something that's bigger than just a party, bigger than just a get-together. And if you're building something too, take notes. No matter if you're in the same industry or outside, there's so much to learn from here. This has been Blkbld Live, Season 2, Episode 2. Let's build.
Well, I got one question for you.
For me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Tell us more about
Blkbld?
Blkbld.
So Blkbld it's Blkbld. I don't have no vowels for a number of reasons. One of them is I'm dyslexic. I learned the importance of resources to get to where I want to go. So I help Black-owned businesses using my background in higher education, tech, startups, all of these resources to help Black-owned businesses grow. I have one-on-one consultations. I have digital workbooks, and then so various ways. And so part of Blkbld is Blkbld Live, where I talk to entrepreneurs about their journey to business, talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the resources. So like things like you talked about today are really important because oftentimes we don't talk about all the ins and outs, the drama, the random things that happen.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Aura event and you're having a fun time at a rooftop. I mean, you may not know what got you there. Like, how did this experience even happen? Now they're getting the tools and the resources to do that from this conversation. So that's
Absolutely.
Blkbld in a gist.
Okay. No, I like that.
Yeah.